Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I honestly totally forgot about that hip-hop dance tutorial until this moment, and it brought back great memories. All right. So I work at MTV Promos department. It's located in New York City in Times Square, and it's for the company Viacom. And in January, it'll be 4 years that I've worked at MTV Promos. And I was a television major at the Media Center, and I think that so many things I learned at Fairfield I brought into the work environment. First of all, in 2008, my summer going into senior year, I got an internship in the MTV News department. And the way I got that internship was actually my neighbor up the block. I live in Staten Island. He was this man, and my mother said to him, I know you work at BAM, which is the theater in Brooklyn, media related, and he knew this woman at MTV, and she owed him a favor, and that's how I got the internship. And that was the summer going into senior year in 2008, and at that internship, it was so much fun. It was a lot of hands-on activity. There was always interviews for MTV News. I came back to Fairfield, finished up some classes, graduated in 2009, and I was unemployed for 8 months. And then I ended up getting the job at MTV Promos. So from Fairfield, I think so many things influenced me, the first being my media classes I took at the Media Center. I think my first class I ever took in television was New Media with Father Scalise. And I mean, to this day, I use stuff I learned in that class. I learned how to edit on Final Cut Pro, which I think today they use different programs. I learned Photoshop. And in my internship at MTV, I was able to use those editing skills to show my personality. So during my internship, I made a video split screen of myself with all different wigs on, imitating all members of the department. And I showed them at the end of my internship, and they all loved it. And actually, an editor there at MTV News told me it was good editing. And I said, thank you. And so I stood out. So then that was 2008. And from there, right away, this guy, Jim Canciello, was a producer at MTV News. He reached out to me and said, I'm working on this little celebrity show for MTV, an online thing. Would you want to work for me? And I said, okay, well, I'm not graduated yet. I'm only a junior. I really like you, but I'm not going to leave school for you. And so I didn't do that. But that right away, just by showing my skills, he noticed me. And then so I started at MTV as an executive assistant. The way I got my job there was through an intern friend who she had got a job as an executive assistant through a job fair at MTV. And then when I was unemployed, we were talking, and she said, I know of an opening. And I interviewed and got the job as an executive assistant. And I think every single opportunity I've had in the career world was from a connection. So in the 8 months of unemployment, I definitely applied online. I didn't really know what I knew I wanted to do television. I wasn't sure. And I don't think I heard back from any of the places I applied to. But like I said, every single connection I made was from people I knew. And even 2 years ago, my friend from the Ham Channel, which was the television station that I was a part of, she was looking for a job. We were at the Ham Channel together. And I knew of an opening in my MTV office. And I got her the interview. And now her name is Megan McKeon, and she works right down the hall from me as the executive assistant. And even my capstone project I did at the Media Center, it was a short 17-minute video, and I played 17 different characters with all split screens. And to this day, I also do improv comedy. I joined the improv club at Fairfield. And all these things just set these little seeds of growth, and then I grew from the seeds. And this, in my capstone video, the character I played this like middle-aged talk show host. My theater, I do improv in the city. I still portray her to audiences. Like a month ago, I did it, my wig and everything. And I created that character at the Media Center. And I think, there's just so many things I learned at Fairfield. And the people I know for the Media Center, I collaborate with them. We make videos on our own. And I think my advice to you would just be trust your gut feeling. You might start out a job that you don't necessarily love, but I think for no matter what, you could gain experience from it. And, as an executive assistant, it was hard. I answered phones, I got coffee, I set up meetings, and it was hard. I did that for about 2 years, and then finally I transitioned, did a little producing, did a little writing, and then I got out of assisting. But in that time, I was like, oh, what am I doing? This is really hard work, but I still got great experience doing it. And from that, I made a lot of connections. So I think use your connections. No matter what year you're in, make new friends, because I feel like you'll remember them in the future. And then just an improv note is follow the fear. Do things that scare you. And even with your job career, if something makes you nervous, you should do it.